Hi, Collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Wisdom of the Shadow Zodiac signs. So, Leo, you are up. So, Leo, my Leo gang, you guys are known to be powerful, have a much earned authority, great self esteem. Leo gang, you guys are confident, generous, loyal, enthusiastic. But you do have a dramatic side, an egotistical side, and a bossy side at times. So let's take a look at what shadow work is most important to you at this time, Leo. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node placements. Take what resonates, leave what does not. And also make sure to check out the readings for your other placements as well. All right, Leo. What's the most important shadow work for my Leos at this time? Leo. Shadow dance. Okay. When you move shadows, you discover your rhythm, fluidity, movement, open. So, Leos, I feel like you guys, in true Leo fashion, you guys have a lot of strength. And I feel like you're not afraid to dance with your shadow. So I feel that this is a positive message for my Leos. You guys have confidence, self-esteem that comes natural to you. And so I feel like you're not afraid to look at those aspects of self, that may need to sometimes be placed more in balance when it comes to your shadow side. But yeah, I feel like just with this being the first card coming out, this is telling me that you don't have any fear of, you know, taking your shadow to a dance and finding balance within self. Very good. You are open to looking at the not so great. Most important, okay, shadow work for my Leos. Resentment. Some of you guys may be feeling a little bit of resentment from a situation, person, place, or situation. It often festers, causing a desire for revenge. Let go of the past to find peace, forgiveness, release, and serenity. I know how you lions are. And a lion is a protector, especially if a lion feels wronged. So deep down, you guys could be harboring some feelings of resentment about a situation, a person who did you wrong, a situation you felt wronged in that maybe you feel you haven't received justice for yet. But the advice here in regards to your shadow is to don't harbor that resentment, because the longer that you harbor it, the more you think about it. Every time you go and hit the replay button and go back to the past, to that situation, whether it was in the recent past, whether this was a few years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that if you continue to hold on to it, the energy of that situation continues to have control over your emotions and your vibration. So it is best to find a way to forgive the situation, give yourself in the situation, and release it. Release it to the universe. Let your spirit team handle the situation. But don't hold on to a negative emotion that keeps you in a low vibration. You want to find serenity. You want to find balance. This is and should be your focus, Leos. Yeah. Defensiveness. Yeah. You are definitely still upset about something that's happened. Unseen resistance to unresolved issues. Explore with curiosity, reflection, acceptance, and growth. Yeah, it's time to try to learn to accept a situation, accept that it's happened, not accept what happened to you, but accept that it happened. You can't go back to the past and change it. So the question becomes, do you want to allow it to continue to have control over you out of ego and pride? Or are you willing to release it and accept the situation so that you can now grow, heal, and evolve into the highest version of yourself? And Leo, You guys, I feel, are strong enough to do this, to heal through this, to feel through those emotions. Yeah. And I feel like some of you guys may be able to do this once you actually get the full truth. Maybe this is a situation where you feel you didn't have true clarity, so it was hard to let go. Maybe this is why you've been harboring the resentment and holding on to it. Maybe this is why you still feel a little bit defensive about the situation if it's brought up. The eyes see only what the mind is prepared to know. Self-examining revelation. So again, this is about you taking a look at where you are in regards to your own emotions about a situation, person, or place, and figuring out how to work through the emotions you feel over it so that you can let it go, so that you can release it. Yeah, you need to find your inner balance. So, what are the strengths and abilities my Leos need in this situation to kind of help them navigate this? Strengths and abilities needed for Leos in this situation, Spirit. Honor. Yeah, beautiful. Respect yourself and others is respect for yourself and others is the key to growth. Have you felt a lack of respect in some areas of your life? And I think this is what makes you feel the resentment. It's really about the disrespect that you went through, that you endured, that you feel you never received an apology for, or just some type of resolution. By settling and setting clear boundaries and honoring yourself, the world will follow suit. Maybe this is a situation where you had not set boundaries. Maybe you have a hard time setting boundaries. Maybe you like to be involved in a lot of things or be around a lot of people. But maybe this is helping you understand that not everyone deserves your energy. Not everyone is going to cheer for you or be happy for you. Because Leo, you naturally excel at things. You generally have natural beauty or a handsomeness about you that is very natural that people envy. It is just part of one of your characteristics. This is why you usually have such great self-esteem. So you feeling disrespected and not being able to resolve this matter can cause you to hold on to festering feelings of resentment that turn into anger, that turn into you possibly wanting to get vengeance, and that's not going to benefit you in any way, Leo. So you need to honor yourself in this situation. Yes, there was possibly a lack of respect and you felt completely disrespected. If this is the situation that you dealt with, then your feelings are valid. But this is also about forward movement. This is also about you growing into the highest version of self that you can. And you cannot do that tethered to a past wound, a past hurt, a past disappointment that puts you in a lower vibration. What other strengths and abilities for Leo for this situation? Yeah. Guilty in the reverse. Let go of any guilt that you're feeling. Release it. If you put yourself in a situation that you feel guilty about, that you wish you can go back and change, you can't. Don't hold on to feelings of guilt. Again, this is about learning how to forgive yourself. This is why it falls right under the resentment. Forgiveness is needed here to release this guilt. Maybe you got yourself into a situation and it caused you to act in a way that you now regret and you feel guilty about it. Your advice is to forgive yourself and to release the guilt that you're feeling. Maybe in order to release the guilt that you're feeling. There is a resolution that may be needed. And maybe you need to honor whatever happened, including yourself. Yep. And if you can release it, if you can find a way to reconcile with it or find forgiveness in the situation, it will transform you. You will undergo a profound transformation. There could be changes that you're dealing with in life that are making you feel uncertain as well. So maybe a transformation is needed. And maybe this is your encouragement to find a way to let go so you can go through your transformation. Embrace the shifts so that they can guide you towards your personal and spiritual growth. But they can't if you're still holding on to old emotions. Cupid deep challenge. Challenges in love are testing you. Are you facing difficulties in a relationship? Don't shy away. Facing these challenges head on will strengthen your bond. Yeah, again, maybe you are feeling defensive about a past love situation that is now in separation. Maybe you're resenting the fact that maybe people are questioning you about the situation, which is causing you to feel defensive because you see the situation in the way that you want to see it. Because the eye sees only what the mind is prepared to know. But deep down, there is feelings of guilt that you feel about the situation. But in order to truly heal from the situation, you have to honor yourself and respect the situation, yourself, others, and go through your transformation. Go through that growth process of learning, of trying to figure out what happened here. Why was there a situation that ended up sabotaged? What shadow were you facing? Some of you guys are willing to dance with your shadow, but some of you guys are okay with being blinded and only wanting to see your perspective of a situation. What's your advice? Yeah, some of you guys are very emotional about this. And it's because you're being tested right now. What's your advice? What's the advice for Leo in dealing with this shadow work for Leo? What's the advice for Leo? What's the advice for Leo, Spirit? Seek the truth. Yeah. Embrace clarity. As revelations unfold, keep an open mind for answers. Illuminate the path to understanding. Yeah, like I said, some of you guys only want to see the situation in the way you want to see it. But your advice is to seek out the actual truth of the matter. Maybe it's just a matter of a conversation that is needed. Yeah. And then hear what's unsaid. Tune into the silence for truths that words cannot express. Listen deeply. Go within. Find some silence. Seek clarity. Yeah, confirmation, adapt to transformation. I can't make this up, you guys. Embrace change with open arms, for it is the catalyst for your evolution and growth. Transformation here. Transformation is needed in this situation. What else for Leo? Stay in the flow. Surrender to the rhythm of life, remaining open to opportunities and lessons as they naturally unfold. Be open to learning the lessons, Leo. What else? River of release. Drift along the river of release where waters carry away burdens, guiding towards renewal. There is an opportunity for renewal, for a fresh start in a situation that you may be feeling guilty about. There's definitely a heavy emotions here, Leo. And again, I feel like these are hidden emotions, feelings of guilt, wanting to release a burden that you've been carrying because you want to transform the situation, as you should. It's good because if you want to transform it, it means that you have a conscience. It means that you actually have emotions. So that's a good thing because some people really don't care. Pathfinder. Trust your inner compass to illuminate your path through love and career, revealing the direction your soul wishes to explore. Yeah, this is in matters of the heart. Your inner compass, your intuition knows what it wants to do, and you just need to make steady progress, move with deliberate care, as patience and attentiveness guide you to thoughtful achievements. Yeah, I feel like it's possible to reconcile or renew a situation for sure. But I feel like there's a lot of anger. But this is something that's protected. You are protected as you go through this transformation, Leo. So don't be afraid of this, okay? Find solace in the safety of knowing you are sheltered and guided through life's temp towards tranquil shores. You are going to be tested, like I just told you, right? Along the way, you are going to be tested, but you are protected. So trust your path, trust your inner feelings. Again, not everybody's going to want to fix a situation. Some people are okay with holding on to resentment. But holding on to that resentment, all it does is fester more negative feelings, emotions. It causes you to act out in ways sometimes that you can't come back from. And again, everybody has free will. I say it all the time on this channel. I just want to be here to assist with guiding, with providing knowledge to help you find your own direction. But everybody has a choice. All right, let me get you your animal spirit. Animal spirit for Leo. Horse. And otter came out as well. I'll read both of them. There's something to say. Horse is earth energy. Otter, we have water energy. So Leo, you might have earth or water in your chart. So earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So let's start with horse. Momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum, so reliable, so supportive that you can ride on its back toward any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Physical stamina, like exercise, and mental focus, like meditation, are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. When a horse is in balance, it achieves anything and it never gives up. When a horse personality is out of balance, it runs away and it feels weak. To bring into balance, strength training. So there's nothing to fear. This horse energy, it can help you with any momentum, any courage that you may need in order to try to conquer a situation or overcome a situation. Okay. Then we have the otter, water energy, unobstructed joy, playfulness, contentment. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck, the otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and reverence for life itself without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. When in balance, full of love and needs nothing. When out of balance, gloomy, sighs, makes silly excuses. To bring into balance, a dance party or a celebration. And the first card out was Shadow Dance. So some of you guys need to go out and go dancing. Some of you guys love to dance. I love it. Love it, love it. All right, Leo, what is your Threads of Soul question for the day? The trickster. Where in your life do you experience self-sabotage or unexpected challenges? What lessons are hidden in these moments? Leo. All right, and let me get your Wisdom of the Shadow. Wisdom of the Shadow Oracle for Leo. It's the most important wisdom of the Shadow Oracle for Leos right now. Spirit, the most important wisdom of the Shadow for Leos. Okay. Panic. Some of you guys feeling anxious. You're in a situation that you're panicking about because there's a level of uncertainty there. Maybe this is a situation that came about because you were not being your authentic self. Panic. High anxiety. I meet sensations of panic with a grounded, gentle presence. I breathe in and take a deeper look. Sudden overwhelm in our system is felt viscerally, with or without cause. When a burst of angst, fear, or high stress arises, it can catapult one into hysterical feelings or thoughts. Those thoughts. It isn't just in our minds. The body rushes in an automatic response. Our mind and body are intrinsically intertwined. What happens to the mind when the body begins to feel charged, static, heart racing, sick with angst, nervousness, or jumbled uncertainty in the gut? What happens to the body when the mind races, irrational thoughts pervade, fear arises, and overwhelm hits? One feeds the other. It can be difficult to decipher the root. It can turn into a self-perpetuating spiral, amplifying the very panic itself. It can be frightening to feel an inability to breathe or think with the fullest coherence. While we can't control every situation, we can learn to repattern how we meet panic and stress when they arise. In times of high stress, angst, or panic, how does your body feel viscerally in response? In times where your heart races or you feel uneasy for no apparent reason, does the mind swoop in and create more steps, or less stress, or more stress? Consider ways to pause, breathe, ground, and self-soothe when the body and mind are at odds. When do you notice yourself feeling overwhelmed or panicky? How do you soothe yourself in high stress moments? And when you notice angst or panic in your body, how do you respond? So, emotional intelligence, emotional control, being in balance. with oneself. It's going to be very important to you getting through this shadow work, you getting through this situation. Honoring yourself, your feelings, giving respect and expecting respect in return. I feel like you will find your way though. Trust your journey. All right, Leo. All right, Leo, thank you so much for being here with me for Wisdom of the Shadow Zodiac Signs. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really enjoying doing the messages for shadow work for each zodiac sign. So I would love to know your thoughts on it. If this message resonated or if it was helpful in any way, please hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. But until next time, you guys, bye.